Okay, what's up, people? It's been a minute. Well, I don't know how long it's been, maybe a couple of years, whatever the fuck. But I feel like making another video. So, I know I promised that I was gonna get the Outlast videos up, and they're coming. But man, I'm just being fucking lazy. Like, I had to do a whole thing on the computer. I had to basically install the editing software, and I'm being lazy. And then I had to learn how to use it, and it's just. Eh. So I'm making a quick video on my phone because this is easy. The video takes 10 minutes to make, or however long the video is. That's how long the video takes to make. So this is just effortless. I can just talk on here all day. So that's what I'm gonna do. Right now, I'm being a little quiet because my dad's sleeping in the next room. But right now, I just want to talk about God and religion and just like my view on that shit. I might just I might have like a series called like How I See It, and then just like label them like different things because I liked making the first How I See It video, and I kind of just I don't know. I like saying how I feel about shit. So maybe that's gonna be my fucking shit on YouTube. I don't know, but to the point of the video, religion. I think religion is I think religion is cool. I mean, I don't I personally am pretty agnostic or agnostic, however you pronounce it. I don't even know how to pronounce what I am, but that's what I am. Like, I believe that maybe there's a God out there, but maybe there isn't. Like, I just believe that I just don't fucking know what's out there because I think that that's the most correct answer. Like, no one really fucking knows. I mean, if you want to get scientific, I guess most likely there isn't a God, but then, like, what if God just like made everything and he kind of made everything make sense in a scientific fucking way? Because he's God, he can just do it. So it's like the concept of God is just fucking weird to me. As a kid, I remember always going, because I went to Christian school like basically my entire life up until like 8th grade. And then I went to public school for high school. And even when I went to high school, I went to like a technical school, so it wasn't even like the huge high school with like 1,000 kids. Well, I think there was 1,000 kids, but with like 1,000 kids in your class and shit. Like I kind of still always went to a small school, but I guess that's not really the point. Like the point is that I went to religious schools like my whole fucking life, and even as a kid, I remember thinking that like it's just a weird concept. So like God always existed. So like I just always think like so it just I guess the concept of time is just like just such a mortal thing, but it just always seemed weird. I remember just always thinking like, so what if we go back to a time before that time when God existed, and then God was just still there, like he's just there all the time. Like you can't if time is infinite, it goes on forever. God is also just infinite, but there has to be a before that shit. But I guess it's just not. I guess that's just not how science works, and it's just beyond like human comprehension. That shit. Like I don't know. That I remember always thinking that, and that kind of always made me kind of like doubt it a little bit because it just logically didn't make sense to me in my head. And then what happened? And then like after being like a kid and just having like religion force fed to you, like stuffed down your throat, like whole like textbooks and shit, like it wasn't easy to swallow. I don't know. That was fucking corny, but it was whack. I did not appreciate being like brainwashed into being a Christian or being like any religion. I think it's just a whack thing to do. Like we used to have religion class. We used to have to like memorize Bible verses and shit. Like what the fuck is going on? And it's not even like Christianity is like the most agreeable religion. Like it has the most agreeable fucking history. Like to me it's like I don't know. I just had this weird gripe with Christianity. Maybe it's because of like me just kind of being force fed this ideology that like I didn't agree with, but you know I had to agree with as a kid because I just didn't know any better, and I just feel like it was really just unfair for that to happen. But I just think Christianity is just bullshit, and it's just bullshit for like really is bullshit for a lot of people to believe in Christianity because so many people have been killed and so many countries have been taken over in the name of Christianity, but just speaking as like a black person, like it's just fucking weird because like this is the religion of the our slave owners and shit, and like they really did not give a fuck about us. So like their God, the God of the people who did not give a fuck about us and like enslaved us, is supposed to be like the correct God. It's supposed to be the right God and shit. Like that's the righteous religion that harbors these motherfuckers. Like it just doesn't. That always never made sense to me as a black person. That's why I've always just felt weird about Christianity. Like from like afar, like well not far from like when I got older and I really realized that shit. And then I look back and it's basically the same thing that happened in Mexico. It's the same thing that happened in all like the Mediterranean countries. That's why they're all so religious. And it was basically forced. The Spanish actually tortured people into believing in I think it's Catholicism. I don't know if it's Catholicism or Christianity. Catholicism is like what? Is it a sect of Christianity? It's like how Muslims or Islam has damn. All right. Might be a little ignorant, but I know there's like two main ones. It's like Sikh and it's something else that Islam people are. Like there's like two different sects, and Christianity also has different sects like Catholicism, and it's like Baptists and like Lutherans and all this other stuff, and Protestants. I think Protestants is like an umbrella, like a whole bunch of different churches like broke off from the Catholic Church because they were doing some corrupt bullshit in the name of God, I guess. I don't know. It's always stuff like this that happens. It's like I don't know. It's just weird, but to me, it just kind of all seems weird and whack. And then you realize that Islam and Christianity are not extremely far away from being the same religion. Like Jesus exists in the Islamic Bible, the Quran. Like I think he's like a prophet or something in the Quran. I'm not all that educated on the shit, but I know there's a lot of similarities between the religions, and I think that is just because one religion was popular in the Middle East or like in Africa, and then another religion was popular like thousands of miles away, like in fucking Spain and England somewhere. So they got the same story, but over time it just became two different things because two big groups of people were really far apart. Like that just kind of seems how it happened to me. And Christianity is just offset of Judaism, which has been around for like ever like a long ass time. And I wonder if after this video, I might have a follow up. I'm gonna really research these religions so I can make an even more informed version of this shit. Because now it really has me thinking. I wonder how long Judaism was around. Like which religion is older between Judaism and Islam? Because the Old Testament of like the Christian Bible is like the Jewish Bible, I believe. I think it just ends at the New Testament. There's nothing more. The Old Testament, there's no New Testament. Or maybe they have a New Testament, but it's just different. But I think the Old Testament is like the same. So I wonder how far back that religion goes. I wonder how the world started in like the Quran. Because I know, in the Bible it's like fucking Adam and Eve and all that stuff. So I wonder if there's an Adam and Eve in the Quran too, or if it's like some other story. And then you have like, so getting back more to like the topic at hand, like, and then you have like other like religions, like Asian religions or like other like African religions that aren't nearly as popular. Like if you have like I guess I would say like it's like the Asian was, it's like Buddhism and Confucianism and Hinduism. I think I met a couple people that were Hindu, and I was kind of an asshole when I was younger, so I didn't really ask them in like an informative way about their religion. But now I'm kind of curious, and I might have to look that up too. But like, yeah, I'm not really sure what the point of this video is, but I just wanted to kind of talk about fucking religion. I don't know. I think religion is just a thing that I would never be like, oh, you can't be fucking religious and shit. Like, that shit's a waste of time. Like, don't be religious. You're an idiot if you believe in God. I mean, God might be out there. He might exist. But I think the way I think about religion is more so like, I think it's your belief that makes this shit real, kind of. Like, and that doesn't even just extend to religion. That kind of extends, like, to anything. But, like, I think religion is kind of, like, a big thing in that. Like, some people need religion. They need the belief of, like, something higher or something more in life to be a good person. Like, or to find purpose. And I certainly haven't found purpose in that shit. But for a lot of people, that shit works. And I would never knock somebody for that shit. But the way I see it is just like, I don't know. Just, I always question that shit. Like, why would, if Christianity, because Christianity is the religion that I most know because that's what I was raised in. Like, so if God was so like fucking loving and caring and such a gracious God, why would he like birth people into these horrible situations? It just seems kind of cruel. Like, why would he birth people into a situation that like in a country somewhere far the fuck away, and or I guess not far the fuck away, but some country that isn't like exposed like to Christianity at all. Like, why would he create a country and a people that exist like that, and then make their life like hell, and have them, and then have no way to like talk to the correct God? Like, to me, it's just fucked up. It's just weird. Like, they have no way, because like a Christian person, is so shit's happening in your life. You pray to God, and shit's supposed to get better. Which I think it just praying just allows you to be. I feel like I'm fucking Rick and Rick and Morty right now. I'm just being so cynical, but I feel like praying just makes you feel like something is happening, but it works because it makes you feel positive. It makes you feel like, oh, this is happening. I prayed for it, so this is going to happen. This is going to happen. And when you think that something is going to happen, when you're positive, it's more likely to happen. So that's why I think that praying works. But back to what I was saying before, like, why would God make, like, let's say like some like random African kid in like a third world African country. I'm not trying to say every African country's third world. That's a huge misconception. There's a lot of countries in Africa that are like countries every fucking where else that have like TVs and all this other shit. But, and let's just say third world African country somewhere, and like the kid like is born like with like AIDS or malaria or some shit, because that's what happens. And like he just basically has like lives just to suffer in an area where he could never like know God that's supposed to be so loving and so graceful and all this shit. To me, it just never made sense. Even as a kid, that shit didn't make sense. But I was just like, man, whatever. And I guess I don't know. To me, that shit just never made fucking sense to me. And it doesn't make sense really in any religion. And I like, some people like to say like, oh, it's like they're like a cursed people, or like it's a cursed child. Like, some people were saying that like when a natural like disaster or something will happen, they'll say like, they were like, the people were in general were bad. But like, I don't know, I think that's kind of just science. Like, I don't really think it has anything to do with people believing in God or not believing in God, or like believing in like the right God or whatever the fuck. Like, it's just dumb. I think religion is something that just, it got so popular because the belief in something more, again, like I said earlier, is just a driving force. It gives people like a sense of purpose, or like a sense, like, and it makes people want to be a good person, which is why I think, and like especially in like the older times when it was more like barbaric, like just in general in the world, like countries would push religion more because it's just kind of a means to control people. Like, if everybody believes in the same code, if everybody believes in the same thing, then it's easier to control a large group of fucking people. And if everybody kind of abides by this moral code, then like it makes it work better. Like, as a country, it just does, because everybody kind of has the same goal, the same vision, and the same, like, this is what we're gonna do for this. Like, so as a governing party, or like as like the fucking president, king, well, I don't know about president, but king, emperor, all the other shit. Like, if all your citizens believe in this one thing and is the same, then like it's easier for you to operate and to run a country just in general, because you won't have so many opposing sides or like different perspectives and shit, because religion really does not tolerate a different perspective. That's something I've learned in my life. Like, a different perspective is absolute bullshit. Like, if it's written in the Bible, it is fact. Like, so that's kind of how I see God and how I see religion. Really, really, really cynical viewpoint, but it just kind of is what it is. And I don't know if I have any more thoughts on this shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like I lean more towards just general like atheism, but I do feel like it's possible that a God's out here, because I still don't think, like, scientifically, you can't explain what started the Big Bang. You can't explain like even where all of the matter came from. Like it's just not explainable. And maybe we'll get there. We don't have space flying technology and shit yet, so we're not at the peak of human fucking like ingenuity and shit. Like it gets better from here, it goes up more. But like I don't know if we're ever gonna find the answer to that question. And even then it's gonna be more questions. So then like what created that? What created that? What created that? It's like the same as God. So like I don't know. It's weird, bro. It's weird, right? Because it's kind of like the same as like even with science and with God, there's no way that like you can comprehend it as a human, like the beginning of time. Because again, like I keep going back to shit I said. I'm all over the fucking place in this video. I'm a little bit high. Excuse me, but if we're going back to what I said in the beginning of the video, which was like what existed before God, and they're like God always existed, and it's like how sway like that don't really make any fucking sense. Like it's kind of the same thing if you let science explain it. It's kind of the same thing where fucking like what came before the Big Bang? Was it just like another universe? I think the leading theory for a long time was that like I think what was it like? It's basically like the Big Bang just keeps happening over and over and over again. Like the space will collapse in on itself after like a period of time, and then it'll cause another Big Bang, and that basically just happens over and over and over again until like we don't even know. It just keeps happening indefinitely, and I think they recently disproved that. I forgot exactly. I think it's because it was some reason they disproved it, and I cannot remember why. I think it was because, man, I can't remember. Me and my cousin were having a conversation about this recently, like not recently, but like months ago, and it made sense, but I can't remember why it is. But that's not the leading theory. So I don't know. I really don't know. So that's, I guess, my viewpoint on God and religion. I just do not fucking know. And in general, I kind of just want to find value in life outside of that shit. Like, I think religion, a lot of religion is also like the fear. I just feel like the fear of something bad happening to me or the fear of something going wrong is like the motivating factor to do good. Like if you don't believe in God, you're gonna go to hell. And I feel like that's kind of whack. Like if God loved me, why is he such a narcissist? Like why do I have to believe in him and love him and pray to him and do X, Y, Z in order to go to heaven? When one, I didn't actually exist in God's world. He put me here. And two, he made it really fucking easy to not believe in him or not want to be in his religion. He made that shit really, really, really easy. There's a lot of different religions and there's a lot of reasons to not believe in his. Like it just doesn't make sense to me at 26. And maybe it'll make sense later. But at 26, it fucking doesn't. And yeah, I think that's it. This video's going on long enough. I'll see y'all.